Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for September 9th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair overall is moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 79.26, possibly down to 77.44. Look for some resistance around 79.05 and look for some support around 78.00. Now the Euro-USD pair, this pair moved to the upside, very strong on Friday. Looking for a slight pullback during this next session, at least in the beginning. Look for it to potentially go as high as 129.51, possibly as low as 125.65. Look for some resistance around 125.25 or 28.25 rather, and look for some support around 126.50. Now the pound US dollar pair, it moved to the upside as well, pulled back a little bit prior to the close, still closed higher. Look for it to potentially go as high as 161.19, possibly as low as 158.66. Look for some resistance around 160.50 and look for some support around 159.41. Now the US Swiss, this pair moved to the downside, closed lower, gapped a little bit down, starting to retrace, almost there. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9625 on a retracement, possibly down to 0.9323. Look for some resistance around 0.9500 and look for some support around 0.9400. Now, as far as news analysis go, we have the Chinese releasing their loan amount. For August, they're showing an increase from 540.1 billion up to 600 billion, so a little bit of a jump there. Pretty much nothing else until we get to Wednesday, so kind of light early part of the week. So let's move on to what I'm looking for. Well, the Euro-USD moved to the upside in a very strong fashion on Friday, stronger than we've seen in a good while with this pair. We can see that we have long-term trend line here that has been hit at least 3 times. If we zoom back in, kind of take a look at what that looks like during this next session, you can see that this pair did gap up just a little bit at the open. It has retraced that gap. Typically what happens is we get a retracement and then it moves lower. I'm looking for this pair to move down to this area, breaking the 1.2800 mark to get there. It'll be interesting to see if that 2800 mark holds, because that is the 0-0 level, and as we know, when you're above that, it can provide for support, and if you're below it, it can provide for some resistance. Now, with that said, this long-term trend line that it broke, you can see we drew that long-term, but look what happened when it finally broke through it. It surged to the upside during that 15-minute bar and continued even higher. If it pulls back to this point, I do believe we'll see it hold around the 127.25 and then reverse. Not sure if this next session is going to be a complete down day. I think if we get a break below 127.80, then our next area right here of support we have right around the 127.50 mark, and then it opens wide open down to this long-term trend line. So look for pullbacks to these points, to these key areas of support, and then look for the reversal to the upside. You probably want to use a risk to reward of 1-to-1. Long term is up, but we had such a strong day on Friday, I could see it retracing during today's market action. Just don't know quite how far. What I would do is look for it to move down to that point, then look for it to move higher and look for confirmation with your trend strategy, or your trend system, whatever that is. Look for it to kick to the upside, and when that happens, go ahead and enter and look for it to run. I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.